Godzilla, the one who she falls in love with.
I play both Ichinose Yayoi's father and Pigmon.
I am Hayata and the presenter, and I am in love with Yayoi.
I play the grandmother and Subaraya Eiji.
I am both of the twin sisters, who we are consolidating into one twin sister, who I'm a twin if I don't know, and I'm also the loving mother of Ichinose Yayoi.
And I'm the reporter, and I'm also Mafra.
Yes.
I was completely surrounded by the faintly wafting smell of camellias with a gentleness like an endless spring day. He said nothing, was just staring intently at me. He had large eyes that took in all of me, and though I wondered what he was saying, it wasn't so long before I was able to understand. It's now half a year since we first met, and although we exalted our commonplace love, we were two people somewhat out of balance.
I am an ordinary woman. I like stirring coffee in unconventional cafes, sharing our interests, sitting together in movies, pretending to be afraid of the occult, holding hands, sitting down on a sandy beach at night, and willy-nilly embracing the sweetness of the lapping waves and the sea breeze. It's all right, no matter how much we see through each other, because we wanted to try that kind of date. But the reason such ordinary things were not allowed is because, after all, he was Godzilla.
Our date was in the middle of the night on Mount Mihara, when tourists had mostly disappeared. Every time he took a step, I needed as much as 5 minutes to catch up. Yet he never uttered any displeasure, always had a smile covering his face, and waited quietly for me as I trotted along. When we were shoulder to shoulder, even when he sat down, there were still 30 meters between his face and mine. We could hardly whisper sweet nothings to one another.
When I shouted up to him, "Hey, it's a bit cold," he placed his hand hurriedly on my shoulder, as if embarrassed that he had not noticed at all, and tried to wrap it around my shoulder. But I was nearly smashed at that hand.
Brightening a little, he whispered a single word, "Sorry," then started over again and said, "I know." And this time, he faced me, opened his mouth, and spit out fire with a roar. I was almost burned to death. He closed his eyes, hung his head, and curled his tail into a ball. He looked sad and seemed to submerge into his incompetence. I faced him and said with all my might, "It's all right. I understand."
He felt so ashamed. He was, after all, a late bloomer. His dates had always been platonic. But one day when there was nothing to talk about and we were silent, he spoke about his upbringing, his family, his childhood. And what he was thinking about now unconsciously came into the conversation. He stuck his palm out, urged me up on it, and he brought me right up to his mouth. It was our first kiss. It had a radioactive taste.
From the time I was small, I wanted to be an angel. Not someone who looks like an angel, a real angel. Not God in whom you have to believe in to be saved, nor a human being who secretly substitutes gentleness for indecision, but to keep silent about anger, sadness, loneliness, hatred, and return all of these with a smile. While at the same time, satisfied to be gentler than spring, more open-hearted than summer, more beautiful than autumn, more pristine than winter, satisfied in the sound of light falling, warmer than the sun.
My dad. Please meet my dad. Mother will surely understand. Grandmother and my sister should be happy for me. But my dad is very stubborn, very obstinate. He's an old soul, sure to be opposed to whoever I would bring home. So he might not even listen to my face-to-face explanation, or even meet you. But he's really a very gentle daddy at heart. If we show sincerity and good faith, I'm sure he'll understand. So, Godzilla, that's you and me to descend the mountain together. Let's go into town together, and you can meet my dad.
November 21st, 1986, 4 p.m. The eruption from the mountaintop, which had been violently active, has ceased for a while. With the eerie silence that has ensued, the researchers at the Meteorological Observatory on Oshima all had a premonition that something was about to happen. At 4:15 p.m., white steam arose from approximately the middle of the mouth of the volcano, above a line connecting Yuroibata and Kengamine peaks. It finally turned into an eruption of black smoke, and in no time at all, it became red-hot lava. At 4:27 p.m., a second fissure opened up at the Kangabine summit, sliding away from the first fissure. With the eruption spreading relentlessly, the police were screaming at everyone to take cover. Even the daredevil reporters couldn't help retreating step by step. Black smoke was half enshrouding the advancing evening. People were fleeing helter-skelter and disappearing one by one. It was really the very image of hell at the end of the world. With Mount Mihara active for the first time in 12 years, the authorities at Oshima Meteorological Observatory confirmed the potential for extensive damage over a wide area, and the Tokyo governor appealed for all island residents to take refuge. At any moment, the Mount Mihara volcano could erupt and disgorge red-hot lava. However, from within the dark clouds, a young girl who sees herself in a dream as an angel parts the black smoke and appears, and there's Godzilla!
More to the right. Put your right foot there, because that's where my grade school is located. And your left foot. Beside that red roof, there's a ranch. Be careful with the cows. Oh, your tail! Be careful with your tail. Don't drag it. Okay, hold the top of your tail in your hand. That's right, and carry me like that. Hey, no fire spitting. Oh, what's that? A cedar tree stuck in your foot? Are you all right? Oh, no, we're almost there. Can you see it? That two-story house with the blue tile roof is my home. The light blue curtains there. That's my room. Godzilla, please say hi to my daddy, okay?
Is it love, or is it an illusion? As might be expected with a young girl leading Godzilla, the two must eagerly be anticipating something. The eye of Godzilla, who was born from the reckless violence of mankind, how gentle it is, even more so than a virgin shedding a tear on a solitary flower growing in a field.
Daddy, please give Yo-Yo to me. Daddy, I want to be with him. Daddy, please, Daddy. Father.
Mother, the wild birds are chirping, aren't they?
Darling, can we talk?
I'm making tea right now. The Ichinose school of tea, which is aligned with the Urasenke school, is actually a simple sort of tea ceremony in which the sounds of leaves fluttering in the spring breeze is completely unsettling. Mother, put out feed for the birds. Pecking away at that, they'll stop their chirping. With their bellies full, we'll forget everything and go home to roost.
Darling. Daddy, he loves us. Daddy, I love him.
What are you doing, Mother? I'm not saying to shoot the wild birds and add them to our dinner table tonight. I'm saying give them enough to eat, fill their bellies, and they'll go back to their nests.
Daddy, I'm not asking for your support or approval, but couldn't you listen to me?
Don't be silly. This guy, see? I'll let you be with him. Someone who stands out. Who I'll choose with my eyes, ears, nose, and strength. I've spoken. Mother, tell them.
Today, it's already...
Do you remember, Mother? This bowl here. When that child was born, and we were poor, it was plenty expensive. We bought it as a commemoration, remember? We never put anything in it, painstakingly polishing it, day by day, waiting till she got married. But Mother, we still can't let go of that bowl, until she brings home a wonderful man who can build a home, unashamed to follow in the steps of the Urasenke Ichinose school. Until then, we'll not let go of it, even if we die.
Right. Well said.
Darling, that's not great of you. Looking good, Daddy, really.
That's my son, I guess. Finally rewarded for the thoroughgoing hardship he was brought up in. Until she brings home a wonderful man who can build a home, unashamed to follow in the steps of the Urasenke Ichinose school. Until then, we'll never let go of it, even if we die. If you can't help making this into such a big deal, no matter how ambitious a young man might be, he would shy away. If you are a white-collar type from one of those universities, he'd surely run away, yelping with his tail between his legs.
Good.
But you know, I might venture to make up some idle talk. Okay. How about this one?
Coarse tea.
It's black tea. What about this one?
Roasted tea.
It's coffee. And this one?
Chinese tea?
It's a vitamin C drink, son.
That's what I was thinking. I'm happy to lose.
Listen, it's not reasonable. At a supermarket, with coarse tea and roasted tea going at 200 yen for 100 grams, and with this person who has only drunk Chinese tea mixed with cheap distilled liquor, why would he want the Urasenke Ichinose way of tea? Whatever, the bowl you bought when Yayoi was born was pretty expensive for you then, poor as you were. Is that a Scooby-Doo bowl?
Mother, that wasn't short. That was because we didn't have appropriate teacups, see? So if this teacup pleased her, that's the way it was.
That's got nothing to do with the way it was. For what did your father who died suffer so much? Didn't he put you through college? Mother, he's becoming heartless.
I've told him that too. No matter how often, this is what you end up with. But he won't listen. He's stubborn.
Not stubborn. You can infer his shame from before. Pick up your ear bit and nip it in the bed before he stands up in front of people. That's the job of a virtuous wife.
Mother, can we leave? We don't need to stay around. Let's go.
Hold it, you two little ones. Listen, you. It's the last leg of your compulsory education. Next year, you'll line up and be a shy high school girl. You'll have traditional manners from ancient Japan to the extent these sorts of teacups won't surface. Understand?
Nope!
No saying nope like that either.
Mother, I don't think this will work at all.
Right. We're not a family of any noteworthy lineage. We live in a prefabricated house, 3 bedrooms, dining room, and kitchen. 30 years remain on the mortgage. Your dad became a basic white-collar sort right after high school, married another employee at work, had 2 kids, took a family vacation once a year. For all that, it's a home full of cracks, built by economizing on cigarettes. To take a son-in-law into our family? What a stroke of bad luck.
You must be faint of heart. Listen, this is, so to say, a pre-marriage ceremony. If from the very beginning everyone raises a hand in agreement, then those children too, wouldn't it be worth doing? Getting past various problems and making the bonds of love even stronger, see? That should happen to take its full completion, the laziness and habits and compromise of married life. Isn't that the love that we can show to her with all the strength we can muster?
Mother, I don't particularly want to oppose what you say, but shouldn't we just quietly deal with those various problems in an ordinary way and, not make a show of them? Like the way we're going being bad, or the way to write the family name being different.
Or maybe a different religious affiliation, or where one was born. Chiba, Saitama, Gunma, Ibaragi. It'd be absolutely no good.
Look, if that's the case, there's no drama, no drama.
If you allow it anyway, won't everything be okay? Right. Really hanging there at the beginning. What'll happen to our time?
Well, whatever. It'll probably end in bloodshed.
Get serious. That would mean we can only get there for the rest of the
So why are you trying to beat me? It's okay for your father to be smeared with blood? This really isn't a question of winning or losing.
But then afterwards you can patch over the tiff while the blood is flowing, you're blubbering, and if he escapes, what then?
Now look, what would you do if such a character were your son-in-law?
Right. With young people today, there aren't any like that, whose characters got so out of whack. Wouldn't like that. Hanging gangster, no way.
I beg of you, no gangsters or pro wrestlers.
First rate. I'll always stand for that.
So, Mother, we're counting on you.
Listen, that's why here I've been forced 2 or 3 times against accepted social standards, just to confirm my sincerity. Let's do that. Let's do it! Isn't that all right there?
Well, this is the first time, as far as our home is concerned. And since I have another daughter, we'll consider it a warm up process.
Mr. Ichinose?
Hot-chan.
Oh my! When did you arrive?
While I was doing my sacred duty as a police officer in the entertainment district of Oshima Motomachi, serious crimes were being committed, like wiretapping and illegally entering homes, even under obligatory circumstances. And I can feel the pain of those people, but a warm-up, Mr. Ichinose? That is inexcusable.
Oh, something really awful has happened. Yes, it looks like it'll end in bloodshed.
No matter what, if you throw with all your might, you have to throw to win.
Well, I thought about trying to let you know. Look, this has all happened too abruptly.
That's right. We just heard from Yayoi by phone. She blurted out, "There's someone I want you to meet, so I'm bringing him over now." We couldn't really get our bearings.
Well, I don't need to hear everything, but of course, I have something to say to you.
Why, certainly. Right, Mother?
Yes, of course. Being engaged with Hot-chan and all. What in the world is she thinking?
Well, maybe she bumped her head or something and lost her memory. No need to worry, Hot-chan.
Hey, Sumugi-san, with a household with no particular lineage that is full of cracks, you shouldn't throw a wet blanket on your son-in-law.
Mother, you can't be playing both a bride and a mother-in-law.
You poor thing, Hot-chan, you too. From the time you were small, you carved out life with Yayoi, and you've lived the life of a bachelor, dreaming earnestly of a sweet married life with her. That girl is delinquent.
Mother, we don't yet know what kind of man she might bring home. I don't think she's decided.
That's right, Hot-chan, because for us, too, there's no other person good enough to so easily take our daughter from us.
Well, what if he is a Tokyo University graduate?
Really?
Tokyo University is top-notch, but academic background
What
is,
about an NTT employee?
Totally cool! Well, the salary would be good, but nothing more than that.
However low the estimate, it would have to be higher than a cop's salary in Oshima Motomachi. What about this? The second son of a big business conglomerate person. Well, since you have only daughters, how about an adopted son-in-law?
Great! If it's an adopted son-in-law, there'll be a dowry, won't there?
It won't turn out that way. Whatever happens, since it's among relatives, they might say something a bit disagreeable like, your home is a little too small to accommodate our beloved son. Or, we've bought a house, so if it's all right, please make use of it.
If it's a big business conglomerate type, there'll at least be another son, right? Unfair. What about me? It's okay, see? Because he'll introduce his friends.
Hello, Chief. It's Hayata. I dropped my gun a little while ago. Right. There were 6 bullets in it. Please report its loss. It'll be okay, unless a bad character picks it up. Bang, bang.
Your gun, Hot-chan, that's...
Walking with her along small paths surrounded by thickets of trees, leading to the top of the mountain, her dazzling smile, now seen, now unseen, in the sunlight through the trees. Suddenly, she stops and narrows her eyes. She combs her hair in the sea breeze, the motion to brush her cheek, so very cute. And when I pulled her shoulders close and embraced her, her voice whispered, wherever I look, the sea is sparkling. I can still hear it. Even if someone tried to harm her, she would not shed a single tear. Even if she were betrayed by someone, she would always feature a smiling face. And I pledged to those lips the unextinguished smile that the mission I was born to carry out was to protect her. There were a man who would say even one sweet word to her, I would grab his ass and toss him into the sea. And if he were to look back at her, going in the opposite direction, and made eyes at her, I'd fling him vigorously toward Mount Mihara. And I, who would then be caught by the police, could do no other than become a cop myself.
I understand your feelings. I really do understand.
Listen, let's stop this. Talking about it. We understand.
The morning paper will be fun. Family massacre at Oshima Motomachi, committed by a mentally unstable person who picked up a revolver dropped by a police.
Just a minute. What's a new family massacre? That's nothing to do with us, right? Right. Dying like that one fell swoop. No way.
What sort of upbringing did you have, anyway? While Yayoi was brought up so innocently, what in the world happened to you? You might as well follow your sister's example.
Get serious. Really fishy. A good-natured man, terrible at dressing, quiet, a bumpkin, wishy-washy, no common sense, adults.
Shit, you're speaking against me in stereo. Forgive me, please. I'll start the killing.
Well, now, Hot-chan, don't get too hasty. Take a look at your male counterparts. You're not behind.
But aren't they from Tokyo University, NTT, and big business conglomerates?
It's just an example.
What?
I'll show you.
I reported from Oshima Motomachi. Godzilla suddenly appeared on Mount Bahara and is slowly advancing in this direction. However, Godzilla is for some reason being led and is avoiding people's homes and other buildings, and at this point it appears there is no damage being done. But he has stepped through the port of Oshima Motomachi, and in the end will be unable to avoid great damage. The island's inhabitants have mostly taken refuge, and the last of them have boarded the harbor patrol boat Katori and are preparing to leave the port.
Who the hell are you?
What are you people doing here?
Hey, what's this about Godzilla?
Oh, right. I completely forgot. It's not that kind of situation. Godzilla is heading this way. Yayoi went off somewhere. Where is she?
Godzilla? You mean that Godzilla?
Don't you know anything? Godzilla will be here soon.
Dear, what do we do?
Don't lose your heads. Take only what you can carry.
He has finally arrived.
You say finally, old lady. Do you have some information?
3 years ago, I was lured up to the mouth of the volcano. It should have been lights
Mother,
out
that's
for
not
me.
the issue now. We have to get out of here in a hurry. That means
Whoa,
everybody.
whoa, wait just a minute, Yayoi went off
Don't
somewhere.
know. She should be heading this way.
Let's hurry and get away. Yayoi also surely heading to the boat. We need to hurry.
You're only trying to save yourselves. I won't let it happen. Until we see her, no one takes a step out of this house.
Well, spectators, take a look at this. On Oshima, this ordinary tourist destination, a breathtaking drama is about to unfold. An ordinary Oshima policeman, without regard for Godzilla, who has come to within a few hundred meters, is concerned about the safety of the woman he loves and has turned into a man obsessed, waving his revolver and holding her family hostage. I thank God that I'm present here. We may be about to be trampled on and eaten by Godzilla, but as a reporter, I'll carry out my duty to the end.
Someone's gone mad. Someone's gone crazy.
No, that person is speaking smoothly.
So let me make it more interesting. First, we'll start with you.
Oh no, help me.
I'm back!
Yayoi!
Oh, Mr. Hana, you're here too.
What do you mean by that? You're the one who went somewhere. Come on, let's get out of here.
Daddy, I've brought someone here. I'd like you please to meet
It's
them.
not exactly the time or place for that. We have to get out of here.
Yayoi, get out in a hurry!
That's it. It's all over. He'll soon be here.
Please come in.
You're saying please. It's not the time or place.
Good evening. May I come in?
Daddy, let me introduce Mr. Godzilla.
Yayoi's companion.
Godzilla?
I'm pleased to meet you. Godzilla.
Well, this has become a terrible thing. It's the most amazing achievement since the beginning of human history.
What's the amazing achievement? Hey, you, Godzilla. What do you want?
I'm pleased to meet you. You are.
You fool! Back off! You want to crush me?
I'm sorry.
I'm her fiancé. You got that?
But he's a childhood friend. He's looked after me ever since we were kids.
Yayoi, you too. What are you thinking about? And you bring this thing here? Maybe you were overpowered. I won't allow it. Absolutely
Hey,
not.
Hayatas, slow down.
You're her father. Pleased to meet you. I'm Godzilla.
I know, so don't come any closer than that.
Look out, his right foot, the right!
Sorry.
He's flattening To's house next door.
Oh, please be careful. We'll go over later to apologize.
Yayoi, anyway, come over here, over here.
Come softly, so they won't be aware.
Understood. Hey, Godzilla.
Now!
You're good, you aren't hurt.
Hurt? Daddy.
Hayata.
You must have been afraid, but it's all right now because we're with you.
Mother.
Okay, Yayoi. Let's hurry up and get out of here.
Just a minute.
Okay, everybody get out of here.
But
Dear, your mother. One person has somehow quietly escaped. That was Grandma. Nothing to worry about. Let's get out of here.
Okay, hurry up.
Forgive me. But they're not really trying to listen to what you have to say.
I'm sorry. There is no catastrophe here. Please don't say let's get out of here anymore.
You're not serious. What happened in the second sentence?
Yayoi, you must have taken a blow to the head.
You're not really serious, are you, Yayo?
Just a minute, please. Why are all of you together talking so meaninglessly? This is a once-in-a-lifetime event. I mean, okay, look at this. Can't you make what you say a little more interesting? Because Godzilla himself is here, and the whole world is now focused on this one moon.
Okay, I see. No more talking, unless it's interesting. Hey, Godzilla, I bet you're really hungry. To do these people in? Boil them or grill them. Breaking news, Godzilla's stomach. It's Pulitzer Prize stuff, come on.
Okay, look, this is serious.
Mr. Hana, we came after we ate dinner.
Yayo, you have your 2 arms and both legs are okay, aren't they?
Where did you eat? Tell us, because you're about to be betrothed. I won't get angry. Be honest now.
You son of a bitch! What have you done? Spit it out, here and now, right on the spot.
I'm all right. Do you think he'll eat me?
Then it was dinner.
At a ranch on the way here, there was 1 cow. We left money.
And you?
He's gentle. He really is. He tore off the most delicious part for me, fired up his breath, and cooked it for me. It was so delicious, wasn't it, Godzilla?
Well, viewers, did you see that? Godzilla, long-standing enemy of the human race, has been completely tamed by the smiling face of a single young girl who was born in this unremarkable place, Oshima Motomachi. Japan no longer needs the security pact nor the self-defense forces. On a hill with an expansive view of the Pacific Ocean, let's build a new home for her and Godzilla.
That's a lot of work.
No more nukes, no more trade friction. Japan will no longer have anything to fear.
Tamed him? No way. We're in love.
You've gone a little overboard in your earnestness, haven't you? If, like us, you get a bit off the right path, you'll soon come back to your true self. You're transcending things, aren't you? Standing together with Godzilla saying, we're in love. Ordinarily, we couldn't say that. Listen, Yuyoi, we'll introduce you to a good man. If you're like a strong one, we'll introduce you to a gangster type or a pro wrestler. He'll be better than Godzilla.
Yumi, listen, I really am in love with him.
No, God, no way.
Don't feed me such garbage. In love, it's laughable. As for this character here, well, I'll put you together with the man who I'll select by testing him with my eyes, ears, nose, and the strength of his arms. You're an unpolished stone, still wet behind the ears. Together with that,
You are pretty strong.
enough of such garbage!
Also, Dad, she's losing her confidence. Her confidence.
Anyway, Dad, let's just listen to what she has to say.
What she has to say? What the hell is it you think she has to say?
For example, how their love got started.
How their love got started. What sort of start is there?
Well, maybe when they were classmates in school or something like that.
You think Japan gives compulsory education to even the likes of Godzilla?
When she was walking around town, he asked her the way.
Before he finished asking, the self-defense forces would have been mobilized into action.
We met on the mountain, okay? A violet bloomed there in his body, which had turned to stone, far from public notice, so I climbed up to his side, and then...
Hello.
Hello.
I'm sorry I must have startled you.
No. What are you doing in such a place?
I was sleepy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I awakened you, didn't I?
No, I was getting tired of sleeping.
How long have you been sleeping?
Alrighty. Is it 3 years? No, you're not afraid
Of what?
of me.
Not at all. Why?
All people have to do is just see me and they run away.
Could you lower yourself a bit? I'll be okay.
Oh, yes,
You really are.
I really am.
Because you really have gentle eyes.
They're bright, aren't they? Oh, I'm sorry. You weren't burned?
I'm all right.
Something funny?
It's so cute.
Huh?
Oh, the violet flower in your tail.
Oh, yeah.
I love violets. Please be careful with it.
Yes.
I am Ichinose Yayoi, and you are?
Oh, my apologies for not having said so before. I'm Godzilla.
Don't spit fire on us. No fire.
Sorry.
Daddy, he's really a very good person.
He's not a person. Not a person.
Now, everybody, there's apparently no indication that Godzilla will inflict harm. And what's more, he's on bended knee. Why not try and talk with him?
You don't understand when I say to be quiet?
I'd say I understand what you're saying, that you're temporarily in love. Well, where do you want to go with that, huh? I mean, no way.
Mr. Ichinose, please, let me marry her.
It doesn't matter, but there, under your knee,
What?
that's our car.
Oh.
Traded in last year. Crushed absolutely flat like a piece of corrugated metal.
You know, however often you say it, You don't really mean it, do you?
We came to visit with you thinking we'd get married.
In what world is there anyone who would interact with Godzilla and be thinking of marriage?
No matter how much you don't understand the world, you at least understand what it means to get married. Don't know she doesn't. She's overboard in what she doesn't understand this world.
I do too understand what marriage is.
Marriage?
That it means pledging love eternally.
I love you. That's the Yayoi I love. This now reconfirms that she has certainly pierced through my bachelorhood.
Spectators, am I the only one to hear that voice with which she now positively declares, a smile on her face, words that we in our hearts, barren hearts, have forgotten? The whisper, so to speak, of an angel? Everyone bereft of feeling now stands stunned, mouths agape.
Mr. Ichinose,
Yes?
I will absolutely try to make Yayoi happy.
Yes, please.
Daddy!
This is no joking matter.
Darling, listen. To get married, there has to be a wedding ceremony, and as far as a woman is concerned, once in a lifetime together, all one's relatives and friends together, and it's a pledge before God to be husband and wife.
I'm non-sectarian, so shrine or church, it doesn't matter.
That's not the point. In short, see, what I mean is, with my home, or my parents' home, or my brothers and sisters, or Yayoi's sisters, or uncle and aunt, you address them like that, and as they are. And then, of course, you can get along with the world, so in your home, too, you'll have to address them all in the same way.
Is that what you mean? I too have lots of brothers and sisters and relatives, so please, put yourself at ease. There's, Gampa, Gamina, and Lado.
It's because I can't put myself at ease that I'm saying this. For a wedding ceremony, you might bring many relatives, but with such a large gathering of monsters, even Russia and America wouldn't be silent.
Even if there were missiles, we would remain calm.
Okay, so that might be okay with you, but what about us? What about us?
Mother, I can appeal to Mr. Reagan and Mr. Gorbachev.
Please don't say that with a serious face, because I don't want to think I made a mistake in how I brought you up.
Well, look, what do we do about a wedding hall? There really aren't any. A place that can hold all your relatives? Even the Korakuen Stadium would be full with 10 of you monsters.
Listen, how about that place, Daddy? You know, where we frequently dated, the mountain without a crater. If we use that, we can get 50 or 60
Look,
monsters.
yeah, what I'm trying to say is a bit different. It's not that. It's that ordinary people don't have wedding ceremonies at places like Korakuen Stadium or Mount Mihara.
Well, I'm concerned about Rain. My wedding dress would get soaked.
But that's not exactly what I mean either. Listen, on the possibility of rain, well, we'll keep it here.
It's really irritating, isn't it, Mr. Ichinose? Leave things to me.
Do your best, Hot Chop.
Okay, we have a player substitution. The policeman Hayata, who works at Oshimomoto Machi and is also engaged to Ichinose Yayoi. How does he intend to carry out his duty?
Yayoi, can we talk? Please settle down and calmly consider the situation.
Yes.
Marriage is certainly something he or anyone could forget. Being exhausted by the words you were saying a short while ago, totally a sentimental world. But in actuality, for example, in The Origin of the Species...
You mean Darwin?
Don't show off, Godzilla!
He's very bright.
I know. Let's grant that Godzilla is very bright. So then, Yayoi, what'll you do about children? What about children?
Oh, this is a sneak attack. Suddenly, we have arrived at the essence.
Children.
The story brings them. That's what we thought.
A deft dive.
In my word, Lado words them.
Are you making fun of us?
Listen, Yayoi is my oldest daughter, so it's a real bummer if she can't bring home a son-in-law to provide wonderful children, see? So the Ichinose family won't die out. We have to protect it as much as we can.
Leave it to me. I will protect you. Is there opponent King Ghidorah or Barakan Seijin?
That's not what I meant. Would King Ghidorah or Stormin Walton attack an ordinary house?
Daddy, he says he's okay being an adopted son.
Right. I don't have a family line to carry on.
Godzilla has no family name? No way. Really?
Daddy, this person is surely Godzilla. But if he just happened to be Godzilla, or even if he were, for example, a snake, panda, or even a slug, I'd still love him.
No way. Yayoi, please think about this. Japan is, even as we speak, being drawn into the thick of battle with a number of countries over the increase in value of the yen and over trade friction. If on top of that, Godzilla were to get married with the Japanese, it would be a military threat.
No, that line of reasoning won't work. She's got flowers for brains.
Yayoi, do you read the papers?
No, because they soil my hands.
Right, because they soil your hands. No, because it soils my heart.
Grandma!
Look, Yayoi, what will the sea, shone upon by the sun with the glitter of 1,000,000 candles offer to you?
Dazzling glitter, like thousands of precious stones.
Well, look, Yayoi, what will the stars, inlaid in a night sky that lulls people into a gentle sleep, say to you?
Gentle happiness and a humble love. Grandma, what is that? Everybody looks happy. What are you looking at?
It's called television. It's a bad apparatus that pollutes the heart.
Grandma, hey, why are those people acting so strange?
Oh my God, turn it to Channel 8.
What are those people saying?
Close your eyes, Yayoi. The Fujisankei group. See, if you only take a glance at them, they look silly. Don't be led astray by the likes of them, Yayoi. Chat with the flowers blooming in the field. Listen to the whisper of the breezes slipping through thickets of trees, like your beautiful, pure, undefiled grandma here, who throughout her life always kept her eyes on love.
Excuse me.
What? What is that?
Oh, I'll introduce him, Grandma. This is Godzilla.
Pleased to meet you.
Well, I know that. What I want to ask is why is Godzilla here?
I want to be together with him.
I am unrefined, but I'm happy to meet you.
Too unrefined.
Grandma.
Yayoi, come here.
Okay.
Your grandma is, you know, pretty liberal. So I don't have an axe to grind about his not being human.
Thank you. Just knowing there is even one person who will say that it's hurting for us.
That's great, isn't it, Godzilla? Thanks, Grandma.
Even I, who might be concealing something, well, my first lover was a pollywog.
What? I've never heard of anything like that before.
Don't show it enough a child of a polywog.
Oh, it was a love so intense that recalling it even now gets me excited. At night, I used to go meet him secretly. I'd stand on the edge of the pond, looking in, he looking out, and we didn't need words to keep our eyes on each other. There, under the starry sky, when I discovered the hand just barely growing out of his body, I was so happy I would tremble. Well, I was just a shy 19-year-old virgin, but when I stuck my finger out, there in the water, he gently caressed the tip of my finger. Oh, we prayed to God. If you could change him not into a frog, but a person, we won't hope for anything more. God, we beg of you.
Well, was your prayer heard?
Well, from the beginning, it was an unreasonable prayer. He had webs on his hands and feet.
Oh, the poor thing.
Even still, that was okay with me. He lost his tail and grew wonderfully to be a frog, and I put him on my shoulder, ran about in the fields and climbed in the hills. I decided to be faithful to this frog till death. One day he appeared on my pillow. I thought he had certainly come to embrace me, and I thought at that moment that it was okay to do it. But then
But?
he began to sob sadly, turned his back toward me, and thrust out his rear end, and I was so surprised I couldn't speak. He was a female.
Oh, that turned out good for you.
Grandma.
For 3 days and 3 nights I cried my eyes out. I didn't think I could ever be in love again, see? It was springtime, and with flowers strewn about, and it was my first love. At the age of 19, a virgin.
What a cool story, Grandma.
Cool? I love her. That's the Yayoi I love.
Well, a year later, I met my dead husband at a mountainside ranch.
Oh, please don't say he was an ox.
Swarms of flies were on the ox's tail.
Darling, were you the offspring of flies?
No stupidity, please. My father was a legitimate human
Well, I
being.
didn't have affinity with flies, you understand. And we didn't last a year. The one you thought was your father, that was my next marriage.
Grandma, you will understand. I love him. I want to be with him my whole life.
So we beg of you. I will definitely make her happy.
Won't work.
Why? Why won't it work?
Well, listen to me, Yayoi. The guy already has kids.
What?
Mirira.
Yayoi! I didn't mean to hide this from you. I intended to say everything in front of your parents.
Yayoi is, as far as I'm concerned, a grandchild so cute that she's a sight for sore eyes. I've brought her up far from all the dirt that exists in the world. So how could you get her pregnant? I absolutely won't allow her such hardship.
That's absurd. Yayoi, aren't you the least bit ashamed? Saying you have a bin about, please, let us get married? You won't even be raising your own kids, but Godzilla's. Listen, you. Go on home quickly, whether it's not me horror anyway. Yayoi, give this thing up. You had a scary dream.
I'll raise them. Even if they're his children, I'm confident I can raise them.
Look, they're not ordinary children. Just to pat one head, you'll have to climb a ladder, and when they're naughty and you punish them by putting them in a closet, you have to build a closet like a gymnasium.
Marrying Yayoi, you're the one who understands best what hardship she'll have. If you really love her, wouldn't it be the manly thing to do? Or rather, the Godzilla-like thing to do? Wouldn't it be to leave just like you are, without saying a thing?
Grandma, why don't you get it? If you abandon me, what'll I do?
I may have children, maybe remarried. I may be Godzilla. And yet, my love of Yayoi is different. Therefore, I will not give up.
Finally, his true character comes out.
That's not so. He's just a little agitated. Isn't that right, Godzilla?
Well, this has become a serious situation. Till this moment, Godzilla has been more docile than a cat. But suddenly, he has reverted to his undomesticated form and is repeatedly spitting fire.
Oh, Yayoi, now with this we understand, don't we? Godzilla is, after all, Godzilla.
Yayoi, if you were to get burned sometime, it wouldn't seem so strange.
He's not that kind of person. Daddy, Mother, please.
To
please
become
understand.
violent in our home is unforgivable. He is giving us a terrible time.
What?
Hey, keep your heads high. The guardian deity of our house, the Honorable Mothra, comes forth.
Oh, hey, bro. I apologize for not contacting you.
Hey, Monster, you're looking good.
Are you brothers?
Oh, yes, yeah, he's my brother from another mother.
Oh, who's she?
Marty, I'll introduce you. This is Ichinose Yayoi.
How are you? I'm Ichinose Yayoi. Pleased to meet you.
Yo, what's up? I'm Mothra. What's happening, bro? Another movie? The last time it was with Sabuchi Yasuko.
That's what
But
I meant.
that kind of actress I didn't like. Is this one your new face?
Fact is, Marty, I'm thinking of getting married.
Who is?
It's her.
Who is?
Me.
Whoa, bro, take care of yourself. I've got to dip. I'm in the middle of some work. I can't interrupt.
Mothra,
Marty.
I don't much like tapeworms or earthworms and the like, but I'll try. So please understand what we're doing.
Listen, young dude. Tapeworms and earthworms, as long as they live, will be tapeworms and earthworms, and will splendidly accomplish their fleeting lives. Though I look like a loaf of chocolate right now, I am larva of the Mothra family, and will one day metamorphosize into a brightly colored imago.
I'm sorry. I upset you, didn't I?
It's not a good feeling when you don't especially want to keep trying. Don't at all like growing old. Still, in the past, I was an idol among monsters.
Marty, don't get so upset.
Bro, what in the hell are you thinking about?
No, she's a really good person. Gentle. Pretty.
Even I can see that much. What if she were Godzilla? Her tail swinging about, her mouth primly extended, spitting out vibrantly colored fire.
They love each other.
That's right, Mothie.
You can't say that's right, bro. Why do you always put me at a loss? Even in our last movie, what was it? The blockbuster Godzilla for Toho's 50th year celebration. Yeah. What was that Godzilla with all the musical fanfare?
But Mr. Defense Minister, with our current weapons, can we withstand Godzilla's thermic heat waves?
We can, and you.
Yes, they were developed with extreme urgency for the defense of the cabin. The outer layer is a titanium alloy, and we use large amounts of platinum on the accumulated circuits.
It is, so to speak, a flying fortress, and its very name is Super X.
Super X!
What do you mean, Super X? Isn't that the name of some cleanser?
Super cell.
No, it's a superstore in Agea.
Super X. We really struggled honorably against that stuff. On that account, we are indebted to Joe. But you know, if we somehow made a comeback, I want to fight with the likes of the Starship Enterprise on Star Trek. Then, what was that? Weren't migrating birds passing by here? And bro, when you turned your head to look, Natsuki Yosuke said, migrating birds have cried out in sympathy with Godzilla's magnetic body. See, Godzilla too had the instinct to return to his nest. But that's not how it turned out, is it, bro? You came across a good-looking woman, and she turned her head, right?
That's in fact correct.
Well, because you are a philanderer.
That was before I knew you.
Well, I won't allow any of that from now on because I won't have a slick talker.
That was terrible. Me doing such thing.
No flirting, no flirting. Have you ever imagined yourself flirting with Godzilla? It's beyond ordinary. Very beyond.
Well, even if it is, that's okay. Unless he's unfaithful.
Look, please don't substitute one problem for another. You think because I'm Mothra, you can make a fool out of me?
Mas! Don't be abstract! No threat! He's abstract.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
She doesn't know how to make a fool out of make a fool out of anyone or to be afraid of anyone. That's why she even likes me.
Bro, I know how you feel. But listen, didn't you learn from the experience of our recent movie? Relatives see things with biased eyes, and the monster group is laughing stock. Our era has already ended.
Maybe so.
If that's the case, please live more seriously.
I am serious. I will marry her, settle down, make a new home, and have wonderful kids.
Can't be, bro. Getting married, settling down, making a new home, that much is wonderful. Up till a little while ago, you were crushing buildings and grabbing the bullet train, and now you've evolved to an unthinkable extent. But see, to say get married to her, it's just not possible. If you're a monster, behave like a monster and choose from among monsters.
Mothie, excuse me. Being in love with someone is not that floral situation. This person who I love is a human, being only by chance. If she were some sort of monster, maybe hurt and afraid.
She is pretty, bro, and you are treating her as an object. You're not that sort of Godzilla. Now, if she were an Omegon, would you love her?
Of course.
That's sticky, not a good feeling. Move around a bit inside and it gets sticky everywhere. So, bro, what about Gamafujita?
That's what. If it were with Yayoi, no problem.
Get out of here! In summer it croaks like crazy. Besides, Gamafujita's seat heedlessly blows water out of his spout. Then if it's Wu or Beluga or Zora or Zaza.
That's why it's me. See?
That's not so, bro. Get married, then on the first night you're lying in bed together and you get some puke coming up. What then? What a weird thing, bro. I'm telling you the truth. Bro, you love this human being, Ichinose Yayoi, right?
Mm-hmm.
You love everything about her, right? Her eyes, her mouth, nose, ears, hands, fingers, arms, shoulders, gestures, voice, each strand of her hair.
That's right.
You're hanging on to the glory of the old days. How long do you plan to keep up that appearance? You've got to think about getting on with your life in a way that's more realistically connected to living, or else before long, you won't have any companions.
So, if I marry her, I will have responsibilities.
I see. No matter what, you want to marry her, right?
Right. I can no longer leave this offer.
That's really regrettable. I'm counting on you, bro. Are you the same Godzilla? The one who has no fear of missiles or high voltage electricity, and yet who says, I can no longer live without her?
It's our wish. We want to be together.
You say you'll be together, but do you really understand what it means?
Yes.
How do you intend to eat?
We'll go to the fields and pick fruit from trees, and we'll go to the sea and take
Then
fish from the...
you really don't understand. Bro, what work are you going to do now?
What?
No way. There's just no way at all. There's not even enough to talk about. What in the hell have you been doing for 3 years?
Monty, beyond my doing Godzilla in the movie, what sort of work did you have in mind?
The time to be discussing that has already long since passed. I too have long since abandoned movies. I've made cocoons, and I've made out a living selling them.
Well, how's business?
It's so good. There's the flap over the yen going up, and it happened all at once, see? So manufactured stuff all went up, and no one has been buying. Last month, no one paid what they owe. If it keeps on like this, I'll have to hang myself by the neck, or I won't be able to carry on.
Do you have a neck?
You may have a cute face, but you really know how to hurt a guy. Not me, however, because I'm Mothra, a caterpillar. You think the world can make me hang by the neck?
Things are tough, aren't they, Monty?
It's the same everywhere. Gamera built a hotel and pensioned in his shell and floated it on the ocean and made it into an island. And God the Devil became a target in an amusement park where he would be hit by soft rubber balls shot from a gun. Every time a ball hit the target marked on his chest, he breathed out fire with sound effects.
Everyone is undergoing hardship one day.
Bro, you've got it pretty good taking it easy. I'm telling you, you'll have to raise her, support her.
Well, that's work. No money in it, but we will get by.
Get by? How? What'll you do when she gets sick? Do you have health insurance?
I won't get sick. Even if I do, I'll get well myself.
Very strong-minded of
Well,
you.
it's on account of him.
What'll you do if you have kids? Sending them to school, knapsack, food, all that takes considerable money, you know.
I'll teach them myself.
But they won't make friends. They'll be all alone.
Well, if my children are really good children, they'll certainly have a lot of friends coming by.
Bro, she's too good for you.
I think so too. That's why I don't want to like.
Hey, where are you?
Hey, over here.
Oh, you're here too, brother.
Oh, sorry about not getting in touch for such a long time. How are you doing?
Poor men have no leisure, no time to be ill. You need to tell me when others are here. It's rude not to serve tea at least. Oh, what's with the young girl?
Oh, right, let me introduce you. This is my spouse, Pigmon.
Oh, my name is Ichinose Yayoi. Pleased to meet you.
Looks like a good kid. It's a first for me to see a human being with such a grand smile.
Mothra, so you married another monster.
Pigmo. See, she's the same as Mothra. Among the monsters, she was from the very beginning of friends of humans. Mothra too. Fell in love with them and seems to have come with them.
Fell in love? Not exactly, bro.
I'm counting on you, Mothra.
That's something for sale, isn't it? Getting old and can't spew forth unlimited amounts of thread anymore. You have to take care of yourself.
I know, it's annoying. When you become poor, women get strong. Mothra versus Pigmon. Although it wasn't at the start meant to be a contest. When we fight now, I lose every time.
So, brother, what do you need today? Sorry to ask, but if it's money, we can't even repay the debts in our house. However, beyond that, whatever it is, speak up.
He's
Abira? Gamora? Maybe Pagos? Couldn't be a Beluga, could it? I'm pretty sure you wouldn't like her. She's just another rock. Maybe Janira? Whatever, if it's her, you'd be better off dropping her. Your reputation being what it is.
That's a male.
Doesn't matter, it's a monster. First of all, can't tell male from female. Recently, remember? Gomez and Hedora exchanged vows, but only on their first night did they notice that they were both female. There was a real ruckus over that.
Godzilla wants to marry this person here.
This person?
We'll be asking you for help. Many thanks for your indulgence.
Many thanks for your indulgence.
It can't be true.
It's how I really feel.
Surely, you jest.
I also want to think it can't be true.
Godzilla and this girl. I just can't.
Hey, where are you going?
I just remembered. I've got something to do with Gamadon's wife next door.
Garamon, Black King, Gappa, and others are gathering at the Women's Gossip Confab. And aren't you, in fact, the speaker?
But this is big news.
Well, the Women's Gossip Confab may go ahead and start, but you keep the place in mind. Recently, don't you remember, because you were all chattering on and on, there on the Shonen Coast, the UN mobilized its forces?
Pigmon, will things go well between all of you and me?
Well, let's see. Since I was originally an ally of humans, I had acquaintances, but other people did serious mischief. But if you show good faith, I think, they will certainly open their hearts.
Well, I'm going to try very hard, even though I don't really like bugs and
Well, excuse me.
Well, I always liked reptiles. Snakes and lizards are totally cool.
Lizards, huh? I suppose there's not much difference.
Well, that's okay. If you go that far, lack of strength becomes strength, you know.
Thanks, Mom.
Thank you very much.
Then, bro, are you asking me to do something?
Yeah. You want you to be the MC at the wedding party.
MC?
Uh-huh.
Welcome, and thank you for coming today from far and wide. The bride and groom are about to appear. Everyone, please applaud and welcome them. Wait a minute, bro. How are you gonna do this? You're 50 meters apart in height. You can't even link arms.
So hold out your hand, Godzilla.
Like this?
Let us begin the wedding ceremony that will join the Godzilla family and the Ichinose family. First of all, the matchmaker for the two family, bro, what about the go-between? This is not just for show.
Would Gappa be okay for this, I wonder?
That's a bit unwise. He's with Nikatsu, you know, and doesn't appear in Toho movies.
Oh, he'd be good. He's like a comrade to both monsters and people. He'd be perfect as the go-between.
Well, there's a bit of a problem.
Well, what do you mean?
He can only last for 3 minutes. As soon as he'd make the go-between speech, he'd be gone, just like that.
I guess that's right. Well, let's just ask him to make a speech.
It'll be the 3-minute speech of Ultraman.
You and your cute face say really fun things. Next, we'll have congratulatory comments from Gamera, who represents the defunct Diane Company. Gamera, please. A valuable voice. Thank you very much. The ceremony joining the two families, Godzilla and Ichinose, has proceeded without a hitch, thanks to all of you in attendance. And now, the bride and groom, full of gratitude, will present bouquets of flowers to their parents. Warm applause, please.
Father and Mother, thank you for raising me till now. Today I will be sent off by many relatives and friends to marry into Godzilla's family. Thank you, Mother, for teaching me that my destiny is to love all living creatures. I give all my love to Godzilla. And Daddy, once, while you were enjoying an evening cup of sake, you put me on your lap and I nestled my cheek up against your scratchy beard. And you said, the man with whom you will be joined one day has to be a strong and sturdy man. Sure enough, now I'll be joined to Godzilla, the strongest in the world.
Everyone, please, let's give them one more warm round of applause. And now, to close, representing Godzilla's family and the Ichinose family, we'll have a word of greeting filled with the feelings of thanks to you all from Tsuburaya AG, President of Tsuburaya Productions, father of Godzilla. Please. Dad.
Yayoi, who said I would give permission for your wedding?
Daddy.
We've shown what is ghastly to look at. Greetings. I'm this character's father, Subaraya Eiji.
We were told your name some time ago. I'm Yayoi's father, Ichinose Gogan. This is my wife, Ichinose Tsunugi.
Pleased to meet you.
My son appears to have caused you considerable annoyance. I apologize.
Well, some annoyance, but no one has been sacrificed, as of yet.
Our child is also not so good, just been behaving badly.
Mother, what are you saying? She's a good young woman, isn't she? She sparkles body and soul. You're to be envied. In contrast to that, this character, even though he's my family, is a real disgrace.
Godzilla is a monster among the noted monsters of the world.
Well, that's a thing of the past, see? He's the eldest son and he wanders about not working. When he's bored, he runs amok and annoys people, like some gangster. To have this sort of son receive your precious daughter is simply absurd. So how about it? Apologize and go back to the mountains. Become a rock or something.
Dad, won't you just listen to something for a minute?
Don't be awkward here and say something cocky.
You're hopeless! You're opposing your father!
I'm sorry.
Daddy, exactly as you said. Godzilla may have been showing off all that strength, but he really is someone who's very sad. He's feared by everyone, even by his comrade monsters, not to mention people. But since Godzilla is the one feared and has no rivals, he has suddenly become isolated. And since he couldn't even bear the isolation, he has ended up behaving wildly. You can see it by looking into his eyes, as opposed to his body, which cannot be felled no matter what artillery or missiles are used against it. His heart has been ripped to incredibly small pieces, and it is so benumbed that he trembles. Daddy, Mother, he needs me. Without me, he'll behave wildly again. Next time, he'll demolish many buildings. Next time, he'll harm many people. But if that happens, his heart, though untouched by human hands, would already be harmed and he'd collapse.
Yayoi.
The current Godzilla may well need you. But why do you need Godzilla?
Well, the fact is, I love him. And it's because I myself can bump up against my love. Well, isn't that right? If I didn't have feelings of love hundreds of times, thousands of times more than for a human man, I couldn't love the monster Godzilla.
Right.
Dad! Father!
Okay, Godzilla. No matter how much I beat you, it won't hurt you any more than a mosquito bite, right? No matter how much I kick you, you won't feel it any more than the wind, right? But you won't forget the hurt, will you? You're already betraying her. And that you can't feel pain enough so that you can't stand up. And that, if you were human, you'd vomit blood. If you can't understand that, Godzilla, our Godzilla, no matter how much pain you inflict on other people and on yourself, if you can't understand this pain, there's just no way in hell you can make her happy. No way. I'm leaving. I've got business to take care of.
Are you busy?
Well, recently I've been more or less usurped by George Lucas and Steven Spielberg. It's their special effects or something. I don't really know, but as yet, I refuse to give in to such chicken feed stuff as theirs. Please take note. One day soon, my sons will most certainly again be running amok on the silver screen. Well, that, and maybe,
Yes?
if by any chance you were to give your daughter to Godzilla, unmannerly as my son is, I would be very grateful to you.
Oh, this is so good.
Father, thank you very much.
I need to go. Young lady,
Yes?
well, on your back, there's...
Huh?
Aren't those wings so white they dazzle?
Oh, it looks like it.
Godzilla?
Yes.
I just...
Here, it should be just the two of them.
Yes, hang in there, bro. I just want you to be happy.
Smoke?
No thanks. back for a house.
You say it right out, don't you? Hell, must be out of fluid.
You need a light. Let me do it for you.
You still don't get it, do you?
Sorry.
No, my fault. It's no smoking here. Smoking is, after all, not good for your health. Say, how about some sake?
Oh, I've never had any.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. It's better not to be going into a drinking establishment and to be into sake. If you were to drink just one night, you'd consume Japan's whole supply of sake. There wouldn't be any left for me.
I'm sorry.
Well, since sake is not good for the health, how about this?
What?
I'll give you some. Here.
No, I can't.
Really? Well, next time I'll show you how. It's not so difficult to do.
I can't.
Oh, right. You'd have to pick them up with your fingers.
I'm sorry.
Forget it. Mahjong's not good for the health.
Dad,
In my home, it's only women. I wanted a son, but we have 2 girls. I had thought there would be a day when I could drink sake, play mahjong with just the guys, talk about all sorts of things about life. It's my son-in-law.
let's talk. In my own way.
In your own way of what? Do you have a life like others that you can talk about? I mean, where is it? You only follow your instinct to trample towns underfoot and flatten forests. Can you say you, like other people, are deeply troubled about your future or your work or over family matters? Aren't you just being a rank idiot, Godzilla? Merely by thinking that, like regular people, you could fall in love, madly in love with one woman? Godzilla, now you have become gentle. Do you think you can make Yayoi happy?
I'm sorry.
No, it's me, sorry. I well know that getting excited is not good for one's health. Smoke?
No thanks. It's not healthy.
Health must be out of fluid. Got a light?
No, I don't smoke.
That girl is our jewel. Please, make her happy.
Yes. お父さん。ありがとうございます。
Captain, preparations completed for the first Godzilla Season attack!
Okay, wait for the signal.
Roger! Captain, preparations completed for the second Godzilla Season attack!
Okay, wait for the signal. Inform command headquarters of Godzilla's current position.
Godzilla is currently hanging out at the home of Ichinose Yogan, about 1 kilometer southwest of the port of Motomachi.
Okay, carry on with your surveillance.
Captain, the director of command headquarters is approaching Select!
What about Godzilla's subsequent movement?
Yes, he's currently hanging out at the home of Ichinose Yogan, about 1 kilometer southwest of the port of Motomachi. Mrs. Ichinose, his wife Tsurugi, and eldest daughter, Yayoi, are slow to escape. It has the look of hostages being taken.
What in God's name is Godzilla's goal?
This is unconfirmed information, but it looks like Godzilla is approaching the parents to offer up Ichinose Yoga's eldest Yayoi as a sacrifice!
Mr. Hayata, please stop such foolish behavior.
Mother, why are you abetting him?
Please be calm, Mrs. Ichinose. The Select Self-Defense Force team, Blue Impulse, will come by air. The top team, the Police Mobile Unit, will come by land. And by sea, from America, will come the Enterprise, lead ship of the 7th Fleet, to join with the Technical Search Unit, which was organized in line with the strategy to destroy Godzilla. And now, we've just completed all preparations for attack.
Hachan, no, it's all right. It may be tough for you, but
What's all right, Mr. Ichinose? We don't know when Godzilla will launch into another frenzy. This is different from a father who drinks and then beats his wife and kids.
Mr. Hayata, why don't you understand?
Yayoi, what do you want me to understand? How can I just cut off on account of all this Godzilla thing? Thoughts of you, which overflow my cupped hands. However much I try to control things, like the fountain gushing out.
Thank you, Mr. Hayata. I'm happy to be that much loved by you. That's why, in responding to that love, I'll accordingly be happy for sure. But I fell in love with Godzilla. If it's enough to respond to your love with a bunch of camellias, it's necessary to respond to Godzilla's love, to have lots of it. More than the numberless flowers blooming out on a camellia tree.
Godzilla will surely be rescued. But Yayoi, now I've lost you. Who in this world besides you will rescue me?
Mr. Hayata, I'm not out here to rescue anybody. No, I shouldn't even be able to do so. The fact that I gently exchange words and smiles without any effort with Godzilla, who is the most feared thing in the world, and that I love Godzilla, means love enables me to respond with all of my might to you, and friends, and family, who protected me from all the dirt of living in this world.
Director, we seek permission to attack.
Hayata!
Oh, Hachan, are you really all right? It's not only Godzilla who inflicts injury.
I know that.
Mr. Hayata, why? Why don't you understand?
Be quiet, Yayoi. This is a male, mano-a-mano thing. It's not for a woman to say anything.
Godzilla, you are the most feared thing in the world. To vanquish you, I'll become the most feared man. Attack!
Stop it! No! No more harming me!
First assault, fall back!
Captain, it's total destruction. You've exhausted all weapons for resisting Godzilla.
Hachan, give it up. Any more of our attack would only stimulate Godzilla and inflict lots of harm.
Director, request permission to use disguise.
Trooper Hayata?
Why do that?
If I give up now, that's all I'll ever remember. If I give up now, Yayoi too will always only be like this. Don't touch me!
Mr. Hayata, are you alright?
Don't touch me! Please, no more of your soft words. More than any deep wound I might have sustained, your gentleness pains me and rips my heart to pieces.
Hachan, that's enough, don't you think?
Hachan, haven't you done enough? You've discharged your love toward Yayoi to the very end. Now, Yayoi, take Godzilla back to the hills. No one will say anything anymore. I won't let them.
Yayoi, be happy.
Take care of yourself. Be healthy.
Thank you, Grandma, Daddy, Mother, sisters, thank you. Okay, Godzilla, let's go. Are you wounded somewhere? After we're back in the hills, I'll take care of it.
Don't come close.
Huh?
Don't come.
Any closer to me than that!
What's wrong, Godzilla? Everyone's approved of us now.
Do you want me to be trampled down?
You can't be saying that.
Yayoi, let's call it off. It's tough to cause you to look so sad. So let's call it off. Right now I've lost my confidence to continue loving you.
Godzilla.
If you were 10 times taller and your skin weren't so white, it's translucent. And if it were something dyed black and split with gaps, and if you had a tail and could spew forest fire, you would. If you were like me, you could certainly get along well.
No way! I won't allow it! I fought for this!
That's why.
Hachan! Hayata!
That's why.
How far do you think you can go?
So I fell by this puny lead bullet. I begin to love you all over again from the start. Unless I stop being Godzilla, or were a human who would die. If this lead bullet penetrates my breast, if I can't love you, I'm dying from this bullet. I start to love you all over again. No matter how I try to control it, the blood that pours from my breast unceasingly recalls my being shot, which reminds me of you, and the blood spills forth till there's none left in my body. This blood that conveys me in its flow is my final message that I, no longer Godzilla, sent to you.
No, that's not right, Godzilla. The reason I loved you has nothing to do with your being human. I loved you because you are Godzilla. 50 meters tall, 300 tons, 120 meters long, you breathe fire, and you're the world's strongest. Where will you go?
Back to the hills.
Please take me with you.
Please, don't follow me.
Why not?
In my heart, I wanted to become human. But I'm still Godzilla.
Godzilla, you're leaving me, and where will you go? Must I see you off, recalling how much you've exhausted your strength? Do you understand my feelings, Godzilla? Your eyes in leaving shed no tears. While that may be the way you are, why are you making me so sad? For me, with nothing to wipe my tears away, the mountains are crying, the woods and grassy fields, this very earth, which have always gently protected us. With your rather woeful goodbye, the voices are beginning to quiver with tears. With your rather woeful goodbye, the mountains are now beginning to flow with red-hot tears.
Everybody, we will soon leave the port. Please board the boat quickly and in an orderly way.
Officer, what will happen with the islands?
Well, I have no...
Hey, hurry up!
Don't be laggard. Hurry up.
We are here in Oshima Motomachi. It's been 12 years since the great eruption of Mount Mihara. Today, too, after 3 days, the lava flow, which overflowed the outer crater with no sign of letting up, knocked down forests with its several meters wide swath and has approached to within about 1 kilometer southwest of the port of Motomachi. The last of the island's refugees are nearly all on board the patrol boat Katori, and we in the press will also evacuate at the end of this broadcast.
Yayoi, what are you doing here?
Don't put up your umbrella. It's raining, Ashley. Use this. That's it. Dad, come on, hurry up.
Where about Godzilla?
Godzilla?
Huh? Hurry. Let's go.
Are you sleepwalking? Cut the foolishness and come on!
Hurry up!
Yayoi, the boat is about to leave. Don't be late getting on board. We'll wait for you.
Godzilla!
Huh?
Godzilla!
Well, anyway, let's get together.
Okay, now we have to clean that up.